Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Inside of today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the most underrated and overrated star powers inside of a game right now. And also, make sure you got your notifications turned on for future sneak peek content. You don't want to miss out on that. So before we jump into the video, make sure you're using the correct code in the shop. That'd be greatly appreciated. And without further ado, let's jump into it. Alright guys, so jumping into one of the most underrated star powers in the game right now, we have Divine Souls with Fang. So when this star power was first introduced, I was definitely one to say that this star power was one of the worst inside of the games, but I feel like it's really underrated and underappreciated. It gets really overshadowed by the other star power, which is fair enough. That's going to be the better star power for the most part, but this star power can be really good, especially in game modes like Knockout, where it might be really hard to use your super against, like chain your super, and especially if the enemy team don't really have like a spawner of any type where you can really get any good value out of it. This star power can really thrive because, again, it doesn't really seem like a lot of like reduction. It's only like 500 every 3 seconds, but it's really going to help you in those 1v1s with Fang. And yeah, it just makes for a really good survivability with him. Just make sure that every single super is going to near enough guarantee a kill with Fang. So we're going to be able to get the stun onto that Fang. We should be able to get some more reduction right here. We should be able to get the kill onto BB. I don't really have to worry as well about getting my full value with my super, just because we're using this other star power. I was trying to sneak one in there, but the other Fang had other ideas about it. And also, I'm kind of anticipating a nerf with the other star power, so maybe this one probably look to thrive, especially again on those really passive maps. You can look to play this type of star powers, so we should be able to get one of these down here. Looks like it's Fang. Okay, I don't know how that actually didn't hit him there, but now we've got just be left alive. Gonna look to try connect onto her. Looks like my B is able to connect onto her. We're gonna try a little trick shot. I don't know what this. Okay, no, I didn't. Okay, somehow that's able to work. I completely lost my wordings there. Somehow it bounces in, but that's going to be one of the most underrated. Let's hop into the next one. All right, guys, so jumping into another really underrated star power within Brawl Stars right now, we have Zero Drag. So Zero Drag has always been low-key underrated, but it's always been outshone by the likes of, well, Gassy Hill, because of how strong that is currently in the game. But yeah, Zero Drag is definitely a really strong star power, and if Gassy Hill ever gets a nerf anytime soon, then Zero Drag is definitely going to be the better star power because of how good it is in certain situations, especially when you use the breakthrough gadget as well. You can open up the map even more so, and it just allows you to like pounce on your enemies a lot quicker and get away from trouble quicker and just navigate the map a lot easier. So we should be able to win this game quite comfortably, especially if we get behind a wall, because we will have our gadget to kill the Brock against. We should be able to dodge some shots with Crow, and if you're a good enough Stu, you should be able to use the star power to actually dodge a lot of shots a lot easier. I'm not really the best Stu, so I can't really show it off too well, but you'll see in competitive, whenever someone uses Zero Drag on Stu, a lot of the times they will pop off and more than likely carry, because Stu is definitely a big carry brawler, so this star power can really help you do so. So I'm going to put a ball up a little bit here, trying to get into a good position once I get my super. Again, the only thing is with Stu, you just can't waste your super because it can be so hard to gain it back, especially if the map is open. But then again, it can be really easy to chain if everything is opened up. So that's going to be another underrated star power. Let's hop into the next one. All right, guys, jumping into the final underrated star power within Brawl Stars right now, we have Brock's new star power. I forgot what it's actually called. I think it's called More Rockets. I just had to look at my notes there. More Rockets. So More Rockets is actually a really underrated star power, just because I feel like Fourth Rocket isn't actually as good as it's actually made out to be, especially when you're constantly respawning with Brock. It takes a long time to get those for ammunition, and a lot of the time with Brock, you're actually just going to be shooting your ammo off anyway. It's going to be very rare that you have 4 pieces of ammo. The only time you really have that is when you know you're up against like an aggro brawler, then Fourth Rocket can be pretty strong. But I feel like I like this star power a lot, because if you can catch off a brawler that hasn't got like good mobility with your super, I know it already does a lot of damage, but it literally connects. If it connects with them, it's going to just wipe them out within a blink of an eye. I don't even know what my Stu is doing there, just leaving the ball there. That's really unfortunate. But anyways, I've been playing it a little bit, especially in Bounty. It can be super strong. I think I played it on like Overgrown Canyon, and I was just like, wow, I've been underrating this star power a lot, because it has got some good chances of getting kills on enemies. So I should be able to open up the wall there. I'm getting close to my super. Should be able to get the shot off. Wow, that is really good timing right there. That's why as well I always prefer this gadget, because you can just break open some walls within a flash, and that's definitely what's gonna allow Brock to pop off even more. So again, gotta be careful of the Mortis because you can just pop off and score anytime soon. I realized I said Stu earlier in the video. Just have to ignore me what I said there. I think it was a Mortis that went in. I think I was just looking at the enemy Stu. We're getting close to our super again, but of course it can be really unrewarding if you actually, of course, really miss your super, which a lot of the times you can do with Brock. You can really misjudge certain angles, but if you're really good with your Brock supers, this star power is going to be the one for you. So this should be an easy walk in myself. I didn't really get too much value out of a star power that game, but trust me, it's really underrated. Let's hop into the most overrated. All right, guys, jumping into the most overrated star powers within Brawl Stars right now, we have Mortis with Creepy Harvest. So Creepy Harvest used to be one of the best star powers in the game now. Well, now it used to be, obviously before been nerfed to it, but now I just feel like it's really overrated just because it doesn't actually give you too much healing. Like 1,000 healing in relative terms actually isn't a lot. Maybe Creepy Harvest is underrated. I know it's one of the worst stock powers in the game right now, but maybe that's underrated because I just don't see too much value with Creepy Harvest as of yet. So it's like Fang's going to be able to score with that gadget. That was actually a really nice play right there. And again, you're going to have to excuse the Mortis plays because I'm absolutely terrible. But I just feel like Creepy Harvest is nowhere near what it used to be. So maybe it's just not that great. Maybe it's not actually overrated. But I just feel like it's just a shadow of what it used to be. Mortis really not strong in the meta right now. One of the main reasons why it used to be so good was because of the Creepy Harvest, keeping him alive for the most part. But 1,000, again, not really going to be doing too much for him. So we should be able to, okay, I was going to say we might be able to get some good chainings on the B. We're not able to do that just yet. So we're going to wait for a Fang to get closer. I'm going to try and avoid him. Okay, we're going to just use our super just for a little bit of extra healing. I don't think we're going to be able to survive this, so I may as well just go in and die nice and early. Hoping our Rico can pop off and stop us from conceding. Okay, somehow he's able to. I think the Mortis was just BMing there. Else that would have been an easy loss. So got to get close to this gadget so we can take it down. That's going to be the Fang down as well. Kind of wasted my gadget right there, and it looks like Mortis is really mad at himself for conceding that, but we should be able to get some good chains. Okay, we're just one swipe away from that extra super. We probably would have got a double kill there, but yeah, I don't know. Again, let me know whether I'm right in the comment section below. Maybe I'm just kind of disregarding it because of how strong it used to be, and it's obviously not that strong anymore. So again, I'm going to pop our gadget. Should be able to get some good chains on the B. B should be pretty much dead here, and this is looking like it should be a win for us. They haven't got anything to stop this, so yeah, it's going to be an easy walk-in. That's going to be another overrated star power. Let's hop into the next one. All right, guys, so jumping into another overrated star power in the game right now, we have Grom's star power X Factor. So although Grom isn't really seen in the meta whatsoever right now, one of the worst brawlers inside of a game, I still feel like this star power is overrated just because it's actually really hard to hit enemies at the max range to get the maximum damage. I think you get like an extra 400 damage or so, which can be nice again if you get it at that max distance. But I just feel like this star power, for the most part, you're not going to be hitting those shots at max range. So maybe it's not overrated because people don't actually rate Grom right now, but I feel like if Grom was meta, then people would just be overrating the star power. Not really going to say that the other star power is any good for Grom, but this star power definitely isn't as strong as people think. I thought at first that the star power was incredibly broken, you know, that extra damage at that range, you know, with the damage gear as well. I thought that Grom was just going to be absolutely insane, but I don't think the star power actually helps him out whatsoever, really. Like, I don't rarely see I rarely see that really additional damage. I got an extra bit of damage there on the Daryl, but 150, that's not really going to do too much, is it, with Grom? Like, the best thing about him beforehand was like his super, just being able to chain it so many times in a row. And yeah, okay, we're getting a nice shot onto Mortis. It's just so hard to play Grom nowadays. Like, I feel like he needs, I know the Grom meta was so toxic, but I feel like it needs a little bit of love somewhere. Like, it's a bit too hard to consistently hit your shots, and it's like every other brawler just kind of outshines him here. And even a Daryl on 7 HP nearly killed me there because of how hard it is to actually shoot him. So hoping that Eve can pass it off here. Don't think I'm going to be able to, yeah, I can't score that in time, but 40 seconds left to try and grab a goal here before overtime. But yeah, any sort of aggro brawler is just going to completely destroy me. At least with other brawlers, you know, got some type of defensive mechanism with their brawlers, you know, like Sprout, you've got his walls, you got Tick with his super and also his gadget. You have other, I'm trying to think, Barley with his gadget as well. You know what I mean? Like, other throwers have something defensive about him, but Grom just completely down bad right now. So that's going to be another overrated star power. Let's hop into the last one. Alright guys, so jumping into one of the most overrated star powers in the game right now, we have Squeak with chain reactions. So of course there's probably a few other star powers that are kind of overrated, you know, like Hyper Bear, like Shocky with Jesse, but that's just really generic. Everyone knows that those star powers are well overrated by noobs, but chain reaction I still feel like is a little bit overrated, just because again, whenever I do the best build videos, people still feel like chain reaction is good. I just don't see it being good whatsoever. Like, you only get an extra 10% damage, and it's going to be very rare that you actually hit a shot onto an enemy and then they run into another enemy and get that additional damage. It's just not that great. But in comparison to his other star power, which allows you to slow the enemies and allows you to get even more shots off, it's just a way better star power. This chain reaction just isn't the strongest whatsoever right now. I just won't use it at all. So maybe we can get some additional damage on the Mortis right here. I mean, 1782 is pretty good, and especially with the damage as well. But the super has to be the best thing about Squeak right now, because he's a little bit lackluster when it comes to his gadget. His main attack is easy to dodge and hard to hit, whilst his super can be devastating if hitting on the enemy. So it looks like Meg looking to push up right here. We're going to conserve our ammo as much as possible. Fortunately, Mortis kills us there, but yeah, the super really allows you to gain control as well. But it looks like Meg is going to be able to walk into our faces right there. But regardless, Squeak is just really bad in this meta. So yeah, that's going to be the most underrated and overrated star powers in the game right now. Let me know down in the comment section below what you think of them. Also, again, make sure you subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss out on any sneak peeks. We'll be covering them as soon as we can. So yeah, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.